Okay, y'all. Monday morning, man. Monday morning. So we start the video off. Probably do two videos today. One I'm gonna do in response to Jay's video that he did, talking about the marketing and calling me out, if you will. I did, and y'all go check his channel out. Y'all go check his video out. I want to give love to all the creators that give me content, right? So, I will. Yeah, big shout out to Jay. Y'all go check his channel out, man. Jay, I'm gonna see if I can get you some more subscribers, man. Because, I want everybody to see, what you're talking about, and maybe you can help some people. I don't know. I don't think that you can help me, but I might be wrong. So one thing that I wanted to throw out there right off the top, Jay, is your $1,988 average ticket price, keyword being average, that's not average in lawn, landscape, and that's not even average, I don't think. Now, I could be wrong, and I'll say it, I could be wrong. I don't think that's average in the Christmas lights either. I don't know. I guess I could be wrong, but you can overcome any numbers that you're putting out there after you put the 1988 number at the top. You can make any numbers work based on that income, based on what it costs you being a small operation. If you're getting $1,988 per job, and you saying that you did 46,000 or whatever in a month, that means that you worked 30 days and did average of 14 hours every day, 7 days a week. If you want to go to averages, no, Ray, I didn't work 7 days a week. Some of the jobs were $4,000 and $5,000. Okay, but I don't know that I believe all that. I'm not saying there's not money in Christmas lights, but I don't know if you're let me try how to put this. If your average ticket is $1,988, that's really high. Most average tickets are not that in this kind of work. Now, in the Christmas lights, I would say it's even higher for that too. Because around here, there are guys that do Christmas lights, and around here, and I'm not saying they can't make a lot of money. They can. It's extremely seasonal. But I would venture to say, and I do know a couple of guys that dabble with the Christmas lights, they're not charging $1,988 a house. And I got customers that pay for Christmas lights, and some of them pay a little bit more, and they might pay, $800 or so, $1,000 maybe. I don't know of any that pay more than that, but I'm not anybody. I'm just pointing out. But your video, the whole video, you keep going back to that 1988 number, and you can overcome anything with that number. Anything. That's not average, though, dude. For you to say and think that that's average tells me that you're not really even in tune. Well, maybe I'm just not in tune. Hey, I can admit when I'm wrong, I guess. But I've been doing it a long time, and I know you roll your eyes when somebody says that, because you think because somebody's been doing it a long time, and that you got better. I don't know, that because they say that, you roll your eyes in a disrespectful way, and I don't really care about all that. You can be that. That's who you are. That's who you are. Your video that I was talking about was marketing in your lawn care business. verbatim. That's what it said. The title didn't say anything about Christmas lights. So that's why I did the video. But if you want to go there, I can go there too. It's not a, because I am who I am, and I've been doing it a long time. Roll your eyes. And I've somehow made it all these years. But Ray, you're not big. Right. My overhead's not big either. I'm in control of everything. I'm doing, we do an average of $20K a month. There's your number. Do the math. That's what we do. I could say my average is $30K a month, and then that will make everything seem a little bit easier to digest. That's all you're doing. You're putting that big number at the top, assuming that big number is 1988 is the number. But if you're only doing one job a month, is that any money? I just find it really hard to believe that you made $46,000 in a month doing Christmas lights, and you did not show one video clip. None. It's on your Facebook page? Well, I put stuff on Facebook all the time. I just pull it right out of the video that I put on YouTube, and vice versa. I just don't. Well, at the end of the day, dude, I don't believe that the 1988 number is an accurate number. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying it's not accurate. I don't think so. But again, what do I know about Christmas lights? Just like, what do you know about skid steer work? You went on to talk about, a $5,000 skid steer job. Have you ever done a $5,000 or $10,000 skid steer job? Have you ever done one? How would you know? Ray, you ain't never done Christmas lights, so how would you know? You're right. I don't. But I know what people are willing to pay for things. I know that. And in my area, and I know there's going to be somebody coming, well, man, there's a lot of money in Christmas lights, Ray, for real. I agree. I'm not disputing that. For some reason, he keeps going back, and because, see, the $1,988 average ticket price, if you start off there, then all those numbers make plenty of sense. Plenty of sense. There's not a guarantee that if you spend $2,000 or $1,500 or $500 or $1 or $1 million that you're going to get one customer. It's not a guarantee. You can't. You're guaranteeing if you spend $2,000 on marketing, you're going to get. If you spend $2,000 out of 10 on marketing, you're going to get 20 customers. You're saying that as if it is a fact of life that. And you keep talking about putting money in the street. You got to put money in. If you not ever watched any of my videos, dude, I'm constantly putting money in the street, cash money in the street, constantly, and getting it back. I'm showing. Don't be one of the don't show me guys and talk all that. Come on, man. Obviously you don't really know my channel or the mentality. Obviously, because if you did, you would be like, damn, he's made it all this time. And ain't never filed bankruptcy, ain't never went out of business, ain't never done any, just steady that way. It might not be forward that way in your head, right? But to me, I'm in control of everything. And I don't know if you value your time like I do. I don't want to spend my time doing things I don't want to do. Well, Ray, we all do things for money that we might not necessarily want to do. Right. I get it. And I do that, and I'll end up doing it again, and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, I'm super weary about how I spend my time, whether I'm making money or not. course I want to spend my time making $1,988 a day per job. But if you make $1,988 per day per ticket and you're doing a $46,000 a month, you're not talking about anything. What does it cost you to do $46,000 a month in a month in Christmas lights? You're not talking about what it cost you. What's your profit? Oh, you didn't tell the people that you got to go back to get them, and you got to go back to change them out and to get them down. They're not paying you again for that. What about that day? So now you got to start cutting some of that money in half, because that ticket item is not, you're not doing it in a day. You're doing it in 3 days or 2 days or whatever. So you can spend Monday and Tuesday doing $1,988 a day. I mean, that's, you know, that's far-fetched. I'm not saying it ain't true, but that's far-fetched. But then the rest of the week, you're not making nothing because you got to go take the lights down. I don't understand. You're not talking about the cost of the lights either. I mean, you know, you talk about the numbers, but you're not really showing any of your numbers. You're not. I can tell you, I know exactly what it costs me to run. I know exactly how much money I got going out every month. My business is such a simple thing, because of the way I have. Not that I'm saying that I'm right, but because of the way I have managed things all these years. It's simple. And I've been stacking money since you was in freaking middle school. You know, did it ever occur to you that everybody don't want the headache of all that marketing and the problems, and it can bring good. I mean, you know, I'm honest. It can bring a lot of good things, I guess, if you're in the right place in your life. See, I'm not there. I don't want to run around looking at jobs and hope I get them. I don't want to go up on the price and or hire more guys. I don't want to do none of that, because all that's a time-sucking hassle. And then what happens if you raise your prices up too much, and then you lose a customer? You lose 10, you lose 15. Well, I hate to tell you this, but once you lose a customer in that way, you're probably never going to get them back. I would say the odds are really stacked against you. Well, I'll just find more. That's what you think when you're 35 or 30. But you're going to find that there's not an infinite amount of customers to the point to where you can alienate customers and all that. You know, you have to be a little more, to me, and I'm not telling anybody how to do anything. To me, I have to be a little more diplomatic in things. And that's why I like having the control over the business and over what I do. Like, for instance, today, since I got the skid on the trailer already from yesterday, I'm going to go over here to my aunt's house and I'm going to grind up that big pile that I left over there last winter. I'm not making nothing. I mean, soak that in. I'm running the skid. I'm not going to make a dime. Can you do that? Well, no, I wouldn't run my skid if it was for free. That's just it. I'm in control of everything. I'm not mandated, and I can't seem to stress it enough to some of the younger guys that I'm not mandated to create a bunch of headache work, and some of the work is headache work, just so I can, you know, pay for everything. It's all about how you spend your time and how you want to spend your time. And I feel like I've said this quite a few times over the years. And it's even more important now than ever. How do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend your time? Or do you want to manage things in a way to where you don't have to spend... Let me see. Hello, this is Ray.
Hi, Ray.
This is him. But I'm just pointing out to you guys that at 1988 number, I can overcome anything, even in my business, where I got a lot more expenses than he's got. If I'm getting $46,000 a month, I can make everything look really, really, really good and really, really, really easy. But the reality is, I'm not getting that. I don't think I've ever hit that in a month. Well, maybe that's why you need to market more, Ray. Well, okay. Okay. But how do I want to spend my time? That $2,000, and he said, and he keeps saying, well, you're not giving it all at one time. It doesn't matter if you're giving it at one time or you're giving it in 20 installments, whatever. It's still $2,000, dude. Stop it. It's still $2,000 on 10. And I guess it's 4,000 on 20. So I guess it's 8,000 on 40. I mean, really? Are you going to spend $8,000 on marketing at 40,000? It is money that you have to pay out. $2,000 to me? Well, it ain't going to make or break me. But if I thought like you're thinking all the time, oh, $2,000 ain't nothing. You're making $35,000 or $40,000. But you're not guaranteed to make that, dude. You're living in an illusion world that because you spend blah blah dollars on marketing, that you're guaranteed a set amount of money, or a set amount of customers, or a set amount of work. And that's not true. That's not true. Stop telling yourself that. Stop telling the viewers that. Because you can spend $2,000 and get 100 customers, and you can spend $2,000 and get none. Yeah, it could go either way. I like to have a little more control over things. Maybe that's why you're not such a big business, Ray. But I'm good. I'm profitable. I'm in control. I do what I want to do. I have a high quality of life. So I don't. And this guy here, I mean, I got to go into it because he's calling me out. And this guy here says I have poor man's thinking. But he's renting a trailer for his lawn business. I mean, the only reason why he got a new trailer is because he got hit. He was forced to get another trailer. He had to. And he probably didn't have to pay for it either. Poor man's mentality, to me, well, if you're renting equipment, like the basic stuff, like lawn trailer and a lawn mower, that's poor man's mentality. Because you wasn't able to overcome and hold a dollar long enough to be able to bank it up and buy a $500 trailer or $600 trailer, whatever that little trailer costs. You making payments on it? You're renting a trailer for your lawn business, and you want to give advice to people that has been out here for a minute? Come on, Jay. Dude, you making yourself look like, I mean, dude. Everything looks good after your 1988 number. Take that number away. Cut that number in half and where you're at. Because that's probably, if you cut that number in half, I guarantee that's still high for what you're doing in the Christmas light game. You have to look at things, and I'm not saying that a 30-year-old, Jay, is looking at things the same way as a 55-year-old. We don't look at things the same. And that's okay. I'm never going to see things through the eyes of a 30-year-old. I just know that when I was 30, I was going to conquer the world. And guess what? I ain't conquered the world. I've conquered my world, the world that I'm in. I've done the best that I could do based on what I know. And I've been doing it a long time. That's critical. $46,000 in a month doing Christmas lights. I don't know about that, Jay. You have to show that, man. And you're not showing any of the work? Not none? You're not even talking about the work. Does it take that long to edit the video that where you're talking about anything? Does it take that long to throw a time lapse up when you're on some of these roofs? $1,988 is quite a claim. And again, with that kind of overall number per ticket item, I can overcome anything. Because that's $40-something thousand a month. What are you doing next month? Is it $46,000 next month too? What are you doing in January? Is that $46,000 in January too? Oh, you got to go back in January and take the lights down and you're not making $1? Oh, you got to go back and climb up on that roof again and spend another day out there and you're not making not $1? I mean, you're not talking about that. Why? Why don't you talk about that? I'd like to hear that part. Because if you throw that part in with your marketing masterclass, you cut all that shit in half. Now what? And don't have to go back out there a third day, because you're not getting 1988 on. I mean, I don't believe you get 1988 per job. Average is well, that's a tricky word. And we can make stats and averages look really friendly for us or not. But he doesn't want to hear anything from somebody that's not thinking like him. And I'm all wrong. I'm just wrong. Everything that I said in my video the other day talking about marketing is just false. That's his claim. You know. But based on his numbers that he created, I mean, he created these big. If I do $1 million a day, then everything else is gravy. I mean, I can make all the numbers look really good. I just don't believe that works. I just don't believe that works like he says it does. Maybe and Jay, I'll say it. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably not, though. And he's one of the guys, you know, he believes in renting equipment. Rent. I don't. It's a basic fundamental difference. I want to own it. He wants to rent it. Huge difference. But when I was 30, I didn't have no choice but to rent. Because I didn't have no damn money. And I certainly wasn't getting $45,000 a month doing Christmas lights with no tools and no equipment of any kind. I guess the next thing we're going to say or hear him say is Christmas lights are not seasonal. You probably Christmas lights are maybe a 2-month window. So you're saying you made $90,000 in the last 2 months? Is that what you're saying? Because based on your numbers, that's what you're saying. But you're renting a trailer. What are you doing with all that money? What's it costing you? See what I'm saying, y'all? Come on, Jay. Don't insult people's intelligence, man. Please. want y'all to go check out his video, and y'all leave a comment. I left a couple comments in the video as I was watching it. You know, it is what it is. It's two huge different viewpoints on how to do things. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't market. Again, he makes it seem like that's what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. If you want to create a loyal customer base, which is what you need when you're doing lawn maintenance, if you go strictly by just the money, then you're not going to build relationships. You'll build some, but you're not going to build relationships for long lasting. Because every summer you're going up on the number because you got too much work. See, I don't want to do business like that. I don't want to be cutthroat like that. I don't want to market and then get a bunch of work and then have to drive the customers that have been with me for 5 or 6 years. But you're making more money, Ray. Well, yeah, you might make more money right then, but are you going to make more money in the long term? I don't know. Jay don't know because he ain't been in it long term. I've been in it long term, and somehow, some way, we have been able to grow enough where it don't drive me crazy, make enough money where I live a comfortable life, and got money put up and putting money up all the time for retirement. Don't hurt for nothing. If I need something, I'll buy it. Whatever, whatever. But see, I don't know if I'm explaining things right. He's doing everything. It's sort of like the people that design lawnmowers, right? They're doing everything based on what a calculation may or may not be. That calculation might not quite be exactly what they're saying, but they're building a lawnmower in a way to where you can mass produce it and make money at it. But a lot of times, the end user, me or you, we're seeing the huge flaws in that lawnmower. The same thing with Jay. He's you know, and I don't know if I'm wording it right. He's putting information out there that doesn't apply. It's not always true. It is averages, and you know, it's not a true number. You know, how do you get a true number from an average? Because an average can be, well, an average can be, you know, $5,000 a month. Then 1 month it'd be $20,000 a month. Now you got an average of what? 12. But it really, you know, then the next month you might not have nothing. And then the next month you might have a lot. The averages are all over the place. And if you notice, every average that he does in his marketing, whatever he wants to call it, it ain't a master course for sure, because all his averages are way up there. They're like way high. So he starts off with that, and then all the numbers will work out fine. If I'm making $1 million a month, I mean, it all works out fine if I got plenty of work. It all works out fine but if you put that big number up top and then start deriving everything from that, put that number what it really is. How much of that $1,900 are you keeping? What's it costing you in labor, and what's it costing you in Christmas lights? What kind of insurance do you have to have if you're doing things legal? I mean, and you never say one. I'm not heard you say one time that you got to go back and get the lights, and I'm not heard you say one time in any of your money making guru whatever videos that I'm not heard you one time mention the fact that you got to go back and get the lights down for free, for nothing. Don't cost you. I mean, you're actually paying some of that 1988 back in order to do that. Don't you see that? So it takes you one day to do $1,988, and then it's going to take you another day to get it back. So you're really not making $1,988 in a day. You're making half of that, plus expenses, twice. I mean, if you want to get out there with the numbers, let's get to it. I don't even have to have a phone in my hand to know what my numbers are, because it's so simple. All this stuff that I'm talking about right here on the camera, this is all off the cuff, man. I'm not even. I mean, you don't see me looking at nothing. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're gonna come back to this. Don't worry. So on the Jay and his video about marketing, and then his video and retaliatory video. He's giving everybody hopes and dreams numbers. He doesn't know if all that is sustainable. That's the bad thing about averages and all that. It's not a tried and true formula. Not from him. And I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm saying that what I'm talking about is a tried and true formula for longevity. Isn't that what we all want, is longevity? You don't want to make decent money and then all of a sudden not having to work. Longevity is how you get to the best money and the best customers. His way, number one, it's going to cost you a lot. And when you feel stupid, you done spent 6 months and you done thrown $2,000 a month, $12,000, right, at marketing, and then somebody runs into your truck, and now you out of business, or you down for 3 or 4 weeks. See, all that crap he's talking, he's just regurgitating shit that somebody else has already said. He's not lived it. And that's what kills me about these up and comers, that they act like everything they're spitting is facts. And he has no idea they're not facts. Not yet. And I don't, it doesn't affect my bottom line no matter what he does. I'm just pointing out to him and to you and to whoever else will listen that all that is all that marketing talk that he's doing and and numbers and all that is not tried and true. He hasn't done it. Well, Ray, he had a pressure washer business for 10 years. Well, where's that at? I don't know, man. Okay. Why is the pressure washing game not working out for him? It did, Ray. He made $1 million pressure washing them damn driveways and shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. No. But he gonna come at me hardcore like I don't know anything. Well, Ray, you coming at him hardcore like he don't know anything. His method is not proven to work. There's that. There's always that. I'm living it. I mean, whatever I'm doing, right or wrong, I've somehow made it this long. I don't know. It just kills me, man, that he's so matter of factly, and the numbers ain't even right. There's no way that each ticket sale is $1,988. I mean, dude, it's just. You need to show us that, man. Oh, you ain't showing nothing. Just like that dirty guy. Ain't showing nothing. One thing that all you guys that watch YouTube are gonna learn, if you haven't already learned, you can be whatever you want to be on YouTube. You can be whatever you want to be. I could start another channel tomorrow and be Dr. Ray. I mean, I could start a channel tomorrow and be a total different person. You could be whatever you want to be on YouTube. But I tend to listen to people that have been through some shit, trial and have a great understanding of how things work for the long, big picture, the long game. My channel's about the long game. It ain't about the short game. You know. But I mean, I've only been doing this since 2008. So what could I possibly know? I've not lost money, not near a year yet. Not one year have I lost money. Not even in the very beginning. And I started this business during the recession. And I don't care what he says. If you got a high enough number, your ticket or your daily rate or whatever you want to call it, if that number is high enough, then you can overcome all the stuff that he's talking about. And that's basically all he did. $2,000 a month is not going to get you 20-something customers. It could, though. And see, that's where a guy like me, tried and true, is different than a guy like him, hoping for the best. I'm not hoping for the best. I mean, I am, but I'm not doing anything that is a detrimental gamble. I'm not gonna, and again, I don't think there's anything wrong with marketing, but $2,000 out of 10. Do you guys really do that? I gotta know. Am I in left field somewhere? Y'all tell me, man. If I am, just tell me. I won't get mad. Ray, you tried and true to be a little bitty business. Right, but you said a mouthful. Tried and true for me to be a little bitty business that I'm in control of. That does really good. That manages money really good. And manages expectations really good. And knows what the BS is and what ain't. What's important and what's not. Ray, you don't even know your numbers. You're wrong. I do know my numbers. I know my numbers so well that I can spit them out without even looking at a phone or a spreadsheet. That's how tight my business is. It ain't even a business, Ray. Okay? IRS says it is. point I'm trying to make is averages and these number spitters. Do you guys, let me ask y'all a question. Do you guys believe, and you know, I guess it's possible, do you guys believe that that dude is making $1,988 per job? Do y'all believe that? Am I out in left field somewhere? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Deuces.